Once upon a time, the world was hit by a virus that no one had ever seen before. The virus was called Covid-19, and it spread rapidly throughout the world, causing panic and chaos everywhere it went. People were getting sick, hospitals were overflowing, and there was no cure in sight. Governments around the world were forced to take drastic measures to try and stop the spread of the virus, but it seemed like nothing was working. Samantha was a young woman living in a small town in the United States. She had always been active and social, but when the pandemic hit, everything changed. She was forced to stay home, and she missed seeing her friends and family. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Samantha watched as the world around her slowly crumbled. The streets were empty, businesses were closing down, and the news was filled with stories of death and despair. She felt helpless and scared, unsure of what the future held. But Samantha refused to give up. She started to look for ways to stay connected with her loved ones, even if it was just through a video call. She started to pick up new hobbies and interests, learning how to cook and practicing yoga in her living room. Eventually, things started to get better. Scientists around the world worked tirelessly to create vaccines, and people started to get vaccinated. The number of cases began to drop, and life started to return to some semblance of normalcy. Samantha realized that even though the pandemic had been one of the most challenging times of her life, it had also taught her a lot about resilience and strength. She had learned that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. And so, as the world slowly emerged from the pandemic, Samantha felt grateful for the lessons she had learned and the people she had connected with along the way. She knew that even though the world would never be the same, it was up to each and every one of us to make it a better place.